Okay, so we're going to do a little bonus session. We had Jeff in the room, and he, knowing Samuel very well and having done some podcasts with him before, he had a couple questions that were percolating his mind, and we thought they'd be good to add to the mix for this episode. So, welcome to your bonus material.
Well, hello. I was going to say welcome. Cut that out. I have to begin by mentioning a very brief joke before I ask my question, because when Samuel called you from the other room, he used kind of a higher pitched, endearing voice. That's how he says your name. Mm-hmm. And so I have to confess that one day, many years ago, and my wife and I laugh about this quite frequently, Samuel called me and he thought he called you. And he said your name into the phone in the most endearing, ridiculous, high-pitched, long, stretched out word I've ever heard. And I'm not even going to imitate it because it's ridiculous.
Please. You can't leave that out.
Genevieve. And no, so that's only half the joke. Okay, and I said, hello? And after he said it, he goes, wrong number. Click. And he literally didn't call back. He didn't say, I'm sorry. Oh, man, I thought it was Genevieve. I thought I was calling my wife. He just goes, wrong number. Like, it's like, and
like we didn't have caller ID back then?
We criticize, my wife and I joke about that way he used to pronounce your name. Or wait, still does pronounce your name to this day. He sings it. Why does he sing her name? That's the episode for today.
Why does he sing? I like that question.
Why does he sing her name?
If you had more syllables in your name, I would sing your name too. But
I have two.
Jeff.
Oh
yeah.
Dudes know me for 20 years and thought my name only was 4 letters.
I was your best man too. That's wild.
Yeah, best man at my wedding. Yeah. Right? Okay. I wanted one point of clarification. One of the things that came up was decision to go to your church instead of his church, decision made at the beginning of the marriage because of some qualms that you had with some allegations or issues surrounding his unidentified church, which he has shaken his head at the accuracy of those claims.
Shaking my head like this or like this?
No, you don't think there's much to her claims about good reasons not to go to the church. But my question is, wait, so she blurted out something like, I wouldn't have gotten married if he was going to make me go to his church. I thought I heard you say that. So I wanted, you said it was a deal breaker. Like you wouldn't have gotten married.
No.
If you had to go, if he put his foot down, because he was ultimately saying he kind of didn't put his foot down. He wanted you to go to his church. You wanted to go to your church. You thought there were some issues with his church. And you said, I wouldn't have gotten married if you had to go to his church.
Probably not.
So you didn't say that.
No, I was saying I probably did say that. And I probably would not have gotten married if I had to go to his church.
Wow. So that's a huge issue. I wanted to expand on that a little bit. Because that's like, to me, it's almost like you shouldn't have gotten married then. Because I mean,
we're here.
If I have to go to his church, yeah. Why was it why would you not get married to someone on the condition that, like, I'm not going to go to your church when they want you to go there?
Yeah, I didn't respect his church at the time. And it was mostly because of what he had told me. And I'm sure that there were things in my church that maybe I didn't know about. But based on the things that he shared that were happening in his church, I was like, why? I don't understand why we want to go there. Like, what is the point of I didn't get it.
But if you've also discussed the concept of headship, male leadership, all those things came up. At some point, is there not a place when you may not like what you have to do, but if someone is making a decision, especially someone in a place of authority or leadership, where you say, husband.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you say, well, I don't want to do this. I don't think it's the best thing. And I think it's incumbent on the wife to say, and here's the reasons why I think this is a terrible decision, but I'll also stand by your terrible decision, even if it means I'm going to have to witness the consequences of your poor decision, and I'll stand by there as your Eve.
Absolutely.
But you weren't going to do it in this situation.
We weren't married yet. So, I mean, we were talking about exploring like whose church we were going to go to and whatnot. But no, I would never do that for someone I'm dating.
Never do what?
I wouldn't make a decision. I wouldn't put you in a position of headship over my life. Unless I've already committed to covenant
So
with
this
you.
was a pre-marriage decision.
Yeah, we talked about this long before we got married. This was like
Yes and no. The conversation did start when we were dating, and then it continued when we were engaged, and then the decision was made when we were engaged.
The reason this might be relevant
From
is
my perspective.
because
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Samuel
I'm not
has
wrong.
told me
Yeah.
that he may have gotten some of the help he thinks he could have gotten at his church, because regardless of other history things, there were certain resources and things that were there that perhaps he was even banking on getting as he entered into that marriage that he feels he ultimately couldn't access. That's why to me it was sort of an issue, because he's told me that he thought they were going to be able to support him with some of his issues that he ultimately failed to have well, I don't know, say failed to have support with. You supported him with it, but
yeah, I mean support can happen whether or not you attend a church. If there's someone there, I think you had good relationship with the pastor there, and I think that can happen. I mean, I still have great relationship with my pastor, and I don't go to the church anymore, right? So I think if you're looking for support and community, that happens outside of the context of I go to church with you on a Sunday or a Wednesday or whatever the case is.
It can, but there is a necessary streamlining of the people that you're taking care of on a day-to-day basis. Who are committed to the ministry, eat up a lot of your time, and you don't necessarily have a lot of expendable time to just disciple or minister to people outside of that context. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but it's like it's not a foregone conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, I've never heard this, so
I mean, I should clarify. I'm not saying that I like when we were having these discussions about what church to go to, the issue of me struggling with addiction was not in the conversation, because neither of us thought that I was struggling with addiction, and I actually wasn't. In terms of my actual actions, they did not compare at all to the actions that I was taking when we were married. So it wouldn't be, to clarify, I'm not saying now, nor did I ever say or mean that when we were discussing what church to go to, I would say I wanted to pick my church because I thought that they could help me with my issues. A deeper understanding is I felt strongly that they would have a better foundation from which to help us develop a strong spiritual foundation for marriage. I felt like they had more depth. Their focuses were more relevant to what we needed, given how fast we got married and who we were and our strengths and weaknesses.
How and why would marriage intensify or bring to the surface addictive behavior that was actually, as you said, it wasn't being acted out or performed, at least not in any large capacity? How come many people think if they get married, things are going to get better? Why would it be the occasion of the intensification?
Very good question that we will save for a future episode.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes our bonus section.
Thanks, everybody. All right. Great job, everyone. We'll jump. We'll continue pretty much right away.